Welcome aboard the Tempest, ladies and gentlemen. And I gotta make sure I get the echo out of the background. I'm doing that right as we speak. Uh, the captain's gonna spend a little bit of time humbling himself here tonight. A real leader should do that every now and then. And I jumped to some conclusions. I'm gonna change that. Well, you'll see. Let's get this private entrance to the captain's lounge unlocked here while we'll get up here to the door. And, we gotta get these fucking chains. These chains are a pain in my ass. But you know what? They're worth it. Yeah. This one always gives me trouble right here. Yeah. Let's get this door open. Yeah. Come on. No. Let's see who's in here tonight. In the captain's lounge. Here we go. Hey, good evening, everyone. Hey, good to see you. Glad you made it. I think that girl's going to calm down a little bit tonight, Sarah. I'm going to do a solo, so if she gets too loud, let me know. Get up in here. Here, a little bit elevated above everybody here, so. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we get up in here. Hang on, go a couple more steps. All right. I'm going to throw in some music, and I'm going to need somebody out there to let me know what the balance is. Hang on here. Let me. Hey, Maestro. Since you're right there, I see you got your finger on the button. Hit continue. Let that pause button off, and let's go. Okay, Sarah, let me know. How's the music? And how's the background mix there? I'm hitting a vape pen that's just so tasty right now. Oh my God. It's Pineapple Express Sativa. What am I looking at? 85 above percent. Whatever. Okay. Thank you, sir. I know how to take care of that. How's that? Now, how are we doing? Combination of my voice When I stop talking, I want music or people. How we doing? I'm gonna remember these settings when I'm on this thing. Yeah. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate that. Good evening, everyone. Those aboard, and those who will come aboard later on. What I've noticed is, cripe, I get at least 40 views of what's going on here. That surprises me. I maybe get, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 thumbs up. If it doesn't hurt you much, and it really won't, if you give this a thumbs up, everyone. Just saying. There's 6 in here, and those will probably be the 6 that give me the thumbs up. But if you're watching later, hey, it helps us. It helps me to spread out a little better. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. I'm trying to catch the commercials in here because I know they're going to throw them at me. Oh, they did on that one. Welcome aboard the Tempest, like I was saying. Gregory the cameraman. Good to see you, man. 1970. I was 9 years old in 1970. Not those that know much about me. This was the time of the month that I bought. You know what? I'm gonna. Yeah. Let's open up the camera here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. 1970. I was 9 years old. I have a eidetic memory. Just songs and situations and certain smells trigger my eidetic. I remember it so very well. Let's see what was going on in music in the 1970s. I was 9 years old. 1970. Let me think. I've got too much rhythm and blues in my head right now because of the background. We were just coming out of that 60s buzz cut crapness. I was exposed back then to House of the Rising Sun, one of the originals. Back then, I remember it well. There's a version of it I wish I could play for you all tonight here. I can't remember the guy's name. I may sneak it in here later on. They're trying to sneak a commercial in here in the meantime. And I just missed it. Back for music in the camera. '53, huh? 62. Yeah, I was born in '61. I remember I remember my earliest memories of going outside on my porch and watching my dad mow the lawn. It's like a Saturday, I believe. Saturday or Sunday, and all the other crew cut dads were mowing their lawns too. It was like it was ironic. It was almost like a fucking made up movie at the time. Crazy, huh? But that's the way things were. One person scratched an itch and they all we followed suit back then, you know. I guess the government figured they had quite the grip on us at that time. But I mentioned earlier about humbling myself. That's kind of what I want to do my show on tonight. I made some assumptions very early this morning. I'm not going to go into great detail, but I will say that was wrong. I can't help but be a skeptic at all times because of what I've been through. Look, I'm not the world's ugliest mug either. I'm 6'3", former Marine. Those who know me know I'm rugged and I'm a protector. And those who are around me, I will protect. At the same time, you gain a persona that tells you, you can protect everybody, and you really can. You begin to realize, as life goes on, you can protect yourself, and you can protect those who are tightly around you. But once they're beyond your reach, it's kind of hard to do. At the same time, the further away it seems like it's hard to really gauge what's really going on. And I think that's what happened. And it's not distance. Well, it is distance. It's not in the heart, but it was in the distance, the miles in between. And, I'm not going to go into detail, but I made bad assumptions from a creepy motherfucker, but I didn't take into account someone else's previous statements, actions, and proven loyalties. And to you, Sarah, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry I did that. Sarah and I are cool. Otherwise, she'd be up. If something hadn't happened under my own thinking, he'd be up here tonight and we'd be doing our normal show. But I made a mistake, and your captain is one to humble himself enough to come up here and say, "Hey, I'm going to do an entire show apologizing and doing a show by myself." Another reason why I'm doing this by myself, if you're not a real channel owner, you can't do a show by yourself confidently. Look at me. Not many will do their own show. Like I said, what I'm doing here now, many will follow. Background music, background chatter. My backgrounds aren't always constant. That's not a CGI background. That's my own background. I usually have a great big moon, but tonight I thought, well, let's put the other tapestry, real background up. Got to have real backgrounds. Hey, Team U and what's the other one? Oh, I've got a sub with them. Light in a Box. Light in a Box is where I got this, and the one behind it with the great big moon. Instead of the moon and the ship, there's the ship. We're sitting in the dark. It's a quiet up there. And the one in front of me is a huge moon. That's all it is, with trees, halfway up it. And what's really weird about this one with the moon I've got, they also show a small satellite in front of it. And I will get a picture of that later and show people. I'll put that on my community page at some point. See, here's what I don't have my the chat right in front of me here, but I'm going to look off to the side. Once again, shout out to Cheryl and Gregory, the cameraman, 1970. I remember House of the Rising Sun about then. Maybe it was about the year or two before that. And it was by the original artist. Some of what I vaguely remember. It's like I remember how old I was. 1970, I was 9. I kind of knew what was going on. I'm going to drop the camera for a minute. I got to adjust some lights. I will be still live, of course. As always. My light struck, but yeah, the sticky on the back of it is starting to get up a little bit. It's a double-sided tape on the back side. It'll be another time tonight. I'll stop with him. We're all up to it. That's okay. There we go. All right, much better. You can give them a look. Should come camera back on. There we go. You can tell by the color of the moon. One in the blue, yeah. Then in the red. I like the way that changes like that. Green, yeah. And back in the blue again. Okay. Like I said, all the lights, all the effects, the sound, a lot of you other creators, catch on. Let's go. Different backgrounds, different kinds of lighting. I don't want to do the flashy crap. I mean, I could do the flashy stuff. Let me see. I could do the flashy. I mean, that's kind of boring, though, at the same time. I'd rather do it flowing. Yeah, there we go. Oh, yes. Diane, good to see you tonight. Thanks for stopping in, girl. This is going to be solo night. The captain, I'm not going to put up any, nope, not putting up anything to bring anybody in. We're all good. This is the captain's show, humbling night. Oh, they want to try to throw a commercial at me. Let's see. Celebrity X Cruises wants us all to go on a cruise tonight. Oh, another one. They tried to throw me a Cuddle Duds. Kohl's. That's who that is. Kohl's tried to throw another commercial at us. Screw you, Kohl's. Must be Target. Back to music. Yeah, I like the way that's changing now. Yeah, it's subtle. Look at that. I'm telling you, creators, you need to catch on. It's not that hard. with that reds and the greens, and then right into blues. Telling you. Oh, I heard there. I heard that girl, Sarah. I just heard her. I thought I had that shit cleared up. She shows up here all the damn time. I'm beginning to wonder if she ain't got a fetish with me or something. Wants to be part of the show or some shit. And I just ain't paid no attention to her. There are women like that. You do know that. It's too funny. Don't make me pull out the guitar tonight. I have no plans on it. Hey, you know, run sometimes, and depends on who's out there. Will determine that. How many channel creators get out here one night once in a while? I'm gonna have to do this more than once in a while, but how many creators get out here and actually talk to their guests? I'm watching chat. They got Diane, they got Sarah, Gregory, the cameraman 1970, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl, for being here always. Yeah, I may have repeated a few. When I'm listening to this music, they have a video clip behind it. I wish I could show you all. I mean, I could, but then YouTube would monetize. Want to, yeah. But they're showing black and whites of beautiful people, basically, and older folks. And you know how when the film's running, the 16 millimeter, it's got all those little scratches and everything. They're just going through it all. I could turn it on. You know what? I could do that for a moment. You do that for just a moment. Look at this camera. Yeah, I got a hold of it. That's what they're showing me. See how it's kind of filmy? Yeah, that's what I'm getting off that every time. Yeah, let me get the camera back up here. There we go. All right. That's the kind of, and it's got black folks, white folks, young women. Too young for this old guy. I learned that 30 years ago. But yeah, this is the Captain Humbles himself. And I'm willing to answer any questions. Let me get that. Hang on, give me a second with the camera there. There we go. I kind of know the edge right there. No questions? No questions for the captain? That's odd. Oh, but okay. Let's move on then. As I was saying earlier, humbling myself. I made some wrong assumptions earlier. And this is kind of an apology as well. I am sorry, Sarah. I'm very careful of my feelings, and I am vulnerable. But hey, that's a good thing. I'm willing to be hurt. I don't shut myself off not to be. And anyone who doesn't shut themselves off to be hurt, that's a cold motherfucker. And that's nobody to be in a relationship with. I realized that a very long time ago. Cheers, everyone. And I dare and challenge all those other channel creators to come up and humble themselves like I am right now. You won't find many. Hey, I'm willing to accept my faults because, hey, I'm not perfect, and neither are you. At the same time, I have a channel, and a lot of channel creators act as if they don't make any mistakes. I'm going to make a few more. I'll make more. I'm almost guaranteed to make more mistakes. But I think there's some kind of forgiveness in those who will say, hey, I've made a mistake, and I punish me, whatever, but I want to move on past that. And those who don't realize they've made a mistake are the ones who didn't learn the lesson that life presented themselves. And that's something that's a great lesson that I've learned in life. There are so many lessons in life to be learned. And it seems like we're put in a position in life that we're learning certain key lessons. And if you don't learn them, it seems like the next situation that you put yourself in, you're going through the same thing. That's because you didn't learn the lessons that the last one presented itself to you. If it's like you're doing a repeat, my advice is learn what's to be learned from that situation and move on. And I've seen this. My God, this was a word that really stuck in my mind for many years as I was growing up. Stuck in transition. And I didn't get it for the first 10 years, I bet. And what that means is we all go through periods where we go from what we think of ourselves right now, and let's say 2 years later, what we think of ourselves right then. You transition from that to that. Let's say you got a better job, or your income changed, your living conditions changed. It was a transition from what was then to now. A lot of people are stuck in between what they are at right now and what they really should be transitioning to. I've seen that. I was in myself. I was stuck several times in my life in transition, going from what I thought of, what my perspective and my perception of the world was at that moment. I needed to advance rather than think of it in the days of old of what I thought. I needed to advance that to everything that I've learned, acquired, become wise of. And I think, I not only think, but I wish there was a way to help younger people to realize, hey, you may feel dismal now, but there's a better way of viewing this once you get a little older, especially people in their 20s, because that's where I had the hardest time myself, and I can't imagine today what 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 they're dealing with. My God, I kind of feel sorry for them at the same time, though. You want to reach out and give them advice that will help them to transition. God. Sarah, you have absolutely nothing to be sorry for. It was my assumptions, and I own that. It was my assumptions. You didn't know. There were things that you didn't know that you now know. You're now aware of. But sir, at the same time, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to dictate what you do, where you go. That's not what a good man does. You are your own person. And if that's where you choose to be, I better fucking learn to deal with it. And like I said, let me see how many of our channel creators come out here and humble themselves. It's rare, kids. It's very rare. All by themselves. Sarah, did you hear her? I'm going to find out who that is. If not, what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to change backgrounds, because there are other backgrounds that I'm going to give out that screaming little background of us. Yeah, yeah. I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. I'm very grateful. I don't care if I got just Sarah here tonight. I said what I've had to say tonight. I'm not gonna invite people up tonight. This is one of those nights, do my own solo thing. Like I keep telling everyone, and I've repeated, if you can't do your own channel by yourself, what are you doing? You're not that entertaining. I'm sorry, but you're not. I'm not going to beg people to come up here. And what I do hope is the next time when I do a live, about 2 or 3 days, maybe 4, who knows, more. I'll get more people that want to come up, because your captain humbled himself before everyone. And if you can't do that, what are you doing here? We're only human. I'm only human. I make mistakes. And Sarah, I'll probably make a few more along the way. But you see that I don't get blowed up and angry about it all. That doesn't resolve anything. I'm one of those kind of people, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I have boundaries, right? My problem is that I don't define those boundaries to those closest to me. A lot of people out here like that. It's like I automatically and ignorantly assume everybody understands what those boundaries are. And they don't. and they shouldn't either. Define those boundaries. And I forget to do that. That's part of my own ignorance, my own relationship forming ignorance. It's wonderful what we discover about ourselves along the way, isn't it? That's kind of what I'm looking at. And I'm doing this not only for my relationship with Sarah, but with those who are part of the crew. And also, and as I will always say, so that my grandchildren, I heard her, but my grandchildren in the future will see these. That's what I'm hoping for. And I know here's what's odd, it'll piss off my son that my grandchildren got an objective view of Grandpa rather than the one that he gave them. Oh, so negatively. My son's cut me off from my grandchild or children. I have a feeling it's probably another one on the way, or maybe already born in another one. I may have two. I also know that I have a granddaughter that it was the firstborn, my son's firstborn, that the woman is in a much better environment than what my son could have provided. And nobody is the wiser. And the only downfall is Grandpa doesn't get any contact with his granddaughter because of the way my son set that situation up. But oh well, But with my son's son, and I know his first name is Wesley. Wesley, here's Grandpa. Grandpa definitely loves you. And if you have other brothers and sisters that were born after you, I want you to know, hey, I was always thinking of you, and I want you to watch my videos and see what Grandpa was like. I want you to know me, because if you know me like I didn't know my grandparents on either side, you'll know yourself that much better. That's what I'm striving for, because I didn't know myself till I was in my 40s. I want you to get that. I want you to get a jump on that, and hopefully you'll give your own children a better jump on that. You see what I'm saying? I want to better future generations of my bloodline. What more can a man pass on? You can't pass on your pile of dirt, but you can pass on your wisdom and knowledge, especially now that YouTube has this thing going on. Yeah, here we are. All right, going back to the chat. Absolutely, Sarah. I need to tell you the boundaries, and I never did. And it's not like they are boundaries. They're like, this is how I feel about this one. I'm not going to go into the details of what transpired. Generally, out of respect for you, and I don't like getting into all that drama that's past and figured out and settled, and we come to a conclusion. Right. Sometimes I'm hesitant, Sarah, because I like to think about what my my next answer will be or how my next set of answers are going to. That's why you didn't hear from me pretty much on that. I needed to know how to approach this. And I didn't need to approach it with full board, accusation and you did this and that. I needed to come across the way I am. This is what I felt from this, and that's what I assumed, and here's where I was wrong. What I've done is I've shown you the level of loyalty that I have for you, and now you're reciprocating. I see that. Hey, guy, you need to find a woman like this. You really do. She ain't just talk. And I'm not going to forget that. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much. 801 in the back there. Gotcha. I know you're there, brother. Good evening, 801. Good to see you, man. I know you're there. If you're not, you will soon be eventually. No, I want to show you what I've been working on. I'm an artist. Sarah will tell you. I'm working on something now. I'm at a crux right now. I've got a bass picture. And what I've learned in the years past, I put them on other people's property, the artwork that I've done. And I've had to leave it there and not complete it or leave it and not really document it. I'm doing it on paper now. Sarah will tell you. I'm working on a tree right now. Cartoon. But anyway, it's in its first phase. Second phase, first phase is pencil. Second phase is pen. So it's just a pine tree. And it's a scraggly looking pine tree. And pine trees don't grow perfect. And if you don't know pines, or if you're not an artist, you realize there is no perfection. It's like left, right. And sometimes shit gets scrambled up, but when you look at the overall picture of it, it balances out. That's what art is. That's my interpretation of what art is. There's a balance in there. Color, shape, size, all that combines to make one image. Anyway, been working on it for quite a while, and I want to say quite a while. It's been 2.5, maybe 3 weeks now. I'll show the first phase after I'm complete with a pencil. And then I'm going to show, I'll present second phase on my community page. My grandfather, he was a commercial artist. Freehand oils. I watched my grandfather take a piece of chalk, go up to what they call tack paper, decal with a chalk grab an oil brush and do perfect lettering for a company. It just freehand. It just blew my mind. I watched him carve not only all the other carvings, a box with a ball in it and all the other stuff that carvers initially start, but my grandfather carved an Indian, cigar store Indian, life size once. I wish I knew of that. He did decals for AJ Foyt Racing Team for Gilmore's. He did all of the ones for AJ Foyt Gilmore. If they were combined, that was what my grandmother did, because my grandfather was an old friend of old Gilmore family. Clothing store, variety store, basically higher end in Kalamazoo. I don't know what else, but I remember going in the elevator in their store. Three stories. Yeah, it was something to do as a kid. A kid skipping school or on a Saturday maybe. Go throughout the Gilmore store, because they also had a 2-story parking garage. It was part of downtown, mingling around. That's what kids did back. That's what I did back in the day. I got to know my city. It's not the same anymore. So many different places that turned into such a different setting. It's crazy. Here our boundaries. Now, I heard her again. Our boundaries, my boundaries and yours. I want you to voice yours. Please do, because I want to know. That's part of my personality characteristic. I have a hard time defining boundaries, and I watch people jump over them. It's like, yeah. And then I finally get to a point where I go, that's fucking enough, and I'm mad, and I have a hard time expressing that other than being quiet. I get quiet on you. Red flag. So, how's everybody enjoying the captain's humiliate himself segment or show? I'm not perfect. No, it is not. Flash is not perfect. Uh-oh. Sarah, you may want to consider. Chat's not really rolling. Chat. I'm going to remember the settings on the lights tonight. The music. Check that. This is a I'll tell you, they want to throw a commercial at us. Target tried to throw a commercial at us. Hey, Target, go screw your little nutcrackers with the little fag flags. This is a I gotta see how many hours this says. 24-hour stream, the one that I posted at the very beginning. 24-hour rhythm and blues. Good for anyone's collection. I'll never run out of background. I love that. Like I said, all you creators out there, look what I'm doing all by myself. I got music playing. I got people in the background talking. I'm all by myself. It's like I'm sitting in a bar at my own table, talking to y'all with my own background that I've chosen, and it keeps radiating different colors. How many people are doing that? How many of you creators are creating rather than we'll just go along with the flow and invite people on? Oh, I heard her again. Did you hear her? Oh, Sarah. I'm going to get rid of her. Maybe not. Interruption. See if we can't get it. What I really want to do, and I've said this before, is go into a bar that on a Friday night. No, maybe a Saturday night, because it'll have a little older crowd. Go in there on a Saturday night and just set my phone and say, look, I just want to hit voice record to the bartender. Let me record everything going on in the background because I want to add that to one of my shows. I'm pretty sure he'll say, yeah, it's no problem. And just record it for, the 6 hours that I'll be there, because beyond 6 hours, they're not going to serve you anymore. If they're a good bartender and you're kind of drinking, we are here tonight. 4 or 5 drinks. You're not driving, are you? You Uber? I'll give you one more. That kind of. I saw that crap up in one bar up in the north called the Roaring 50s, Cadillac, Michigan. They cut me off after 3 drinks. It's like, what the fuck? But it was pretty late in the night, it was like. And the moment I stepped outside to have a cigarette, the doors were closed and locked. You couldn't get back in the bar. Fuck. They hadn't even made last call yet. I ended up walking home that night. I probably dodged the police twice. The drunken public is a big thing in Cadillac, Michigan. They like to nail anybody they can for it. I saw headlights laid out in the grass and let them go by. They don't see a moving. They don't see a figure, a horizontal figure moving. Fucking police keep going on. What a crazy ass fucking town. Went to the bar there one time with somebody else. He told me he was going to split a ride on the way back, but he didn't tell me he was on like Snapchat or some shit, and he was going to hook up with some fucking thing at the bar and fuck my ride home. Yeah, lesson learned. If I ever went to the bar, it was alone, by myself. 2 drinks, go home. That's all you can do. And what gets me is this about bars. Why especially the further north you go, why do they put the bar way out in the middle of fucking nowhere? about 3 miles from a main fucking road, like 75, US 10, 115. You know, they put them along those fucking routes up there, 131. You know, and the minute you get on the highway, boom. You know what I say to those bars? Fuck yourself. You save. You spend 1/3 as much on each drink if you do it at home, and you'll save thousands if you stay home. Witness. I got an OVI. And then a DUI, OVI. Yeah. 2014. What an idiot. Got slipped something, can't prove it. Hey, I shouldn't have gone to the bar. That's my mistake. I should not have gone. I should have stayed home. You have one sip, stay home. That's my advice. Because even if you have one sip, you get in the vehicle and the police, state, county, or city pulls you over, they smell that one sip, you're going to go through the process until they go, and they go, oh, you're a .001. We just put you all through all that shit for nothing. Don't get put through nothing. You have one sip, stay home. That's my advice. I could not give you better advice on that. One sip, stay home. Otherwise, you're chancing it. Yeah, they may not. You may have gotten away with it 4 or 5 times, going to the bar, coming home. Oh, yeah, I had to do it with one eye that night. My mom taught me that, by the way. One eye, you don't split your. Yeah, there's not more than one. Just saying. But anyway, one sip, stay home. That much. That alcohol's in your breath for at least the next 4 to 6 hours. Stay home. I at one time, I got pulled over. I was at my brother's, and I told him, I'm not going to go home right away. And I waited about 3 hours, fell asleep, woke up, drank some Coca-Cola, fell asleep, woke up again. And then I went home. This asshole, and this, I thought it was, I thought it was something with a king cab, and it got right up on my ass, so I fucking punched it a little bit in the city. Woo! Cherries and berries. We went through all the fucking rigmarole. Then he blew me. 0.06. No, 0.04. I was half. He was pissed. Well, I should have did this when I first pulled you over mentality. No. It's because I spent those 4+ hours with my brothers after drinking, not drinking. It sobered me up enough to go home. Wait till the next morning. Wait, if you're drinking and it's dark, wait till it's daylight. He was pissed though. Oh, he was mad. Thought he had somebody. Then a few years later, yeah, I did get nailed for it. And what was weird is he blew me there at his car, the county sheriff's car. And then when I got back to the station, when he blew me, he looked at me and he said, how is that possible? I said, what? He said, that's less than half of what you blew out there not an hour ago. It was what I was given. I was slipped. Not a roofie, but a roofie-like substance. I'll tell you what it is. Everyone, and I've said this before, I was explaining this in a men's shelter about the next day after put in jail for that OVI. The next day I kept doing this. And I didn't understand. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that shit about? And this young black man happened to be going by us while I was telling him that, and he said, "Let me tell you what that was. Visine." What? He said, "Yeah, Visine does that. Us brothers known it for years. 2-3 drops in a motherfucker's drink, it sends all that alcohol up into your fucking brain, and you get real fucking stupid on." Wow. And it hit me. That's what happened. When I was at the bar, I had 2 drinks and I went to a bar to have all-you-can-eat Friday fish. I ate as much as I could. I had 1 drink before and 1 drink after that. And the next thing you know, I was driving in a direction. I was driving north instead of south where I lived. I'm like, fuck. So I turned around and my car quit. I got out of my car, decided to walk from that point, which is like about 12 miles south, or 12 miles north, sorry. For what reason? I didn't call anybody. I left my wallet right on the floorboard of the passenger seat for some odd reason. That's not like me. I did some weird shit. It's because of what that Visine did in my drink. And I got about 100, 150 yards from my vehicle, cherries and berries on my car alongside the roadside. I don't know why I flagged him rather than just jump in the fucking weeds off the side and be quiet. Oh, that was crazy. I don't know why. Yeah, oh, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm fine. He put me through the fucking thing and blew, and so I got 0.2 something, and I got back to the fucking thing. It was a 0.1. It was like, how is that possible? And I don't know. If he'd have blowed me 20 minutes later, it would have been a 0.05. It's because that drove all that alcohol into your system. And that's what I learned from that black guy, that black American. I don't call them African because they're not from Africa. They're American. Period. Anyway. All I got to read here with this. Diane, you need to send me some of that chili, girl. That'd be great for tonight. Oh, yeah. I love chili. Yeah. Hey, all right. So I hope you're enjoying tonight's show, everyone. Like I said, this is the Humble Show, where your Captain humbles himself. I'm not afraid to be a humbled man. We need more men like that. Absolutely. Hey, with that, I'm gonna shut the camera off for a minute and go get another drink. The music will continue. Absolutely. I'll be right back. Thank you, everyone. Oh, I heard you. Very good. Don't get me going on munchies, Diane. Let's bring back the camera here. All right. Captain's here. Yeah, Diane, that sounds delicious, by the way. What have I got over here? Let me see the brand name on Pace. Picante. Yeah. Mild. Or not mild. I don't know. That's medium. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's medium. Medium. And I got chips for it too. A little later. Yeah. And it gets me through the night, right? That was cheaper. Hell, the more expensive ones are almost $4. That was only $3. Always go to the Mexican area. For they have a Mexican area with tortillas and the sauces and the chilies and the green chilies. jalapenos and all that. Yeah, I always pick out the salsa from there. It's a little cheaper, but I find it's got a more peppery flavor. I'd rather pay less and get that what I'm looking for rather than the expensive stuff and it tastes like sugar halfway through it. Just saying. Yeah, we love the background. That's right. Hey, how many other creators got their face up here the whole time? They gotta bring in all the others and split the screen and not show themselves. Hey, it is no discredit to them because a lot of channel creators do a lot of great work out there. You need a face. You don't have a face and it's just ugly old you, guess what? And no personality, no script, no anything for the forward of the show. I'd be a great. I had been a great. I keep trying to get somebody to go in on a show with me, and I'll do half the work. But you know what? You got to have two big personalities, one with a face and one with the knowledge of what's going on and the manipulation of the website, and the other one needs to be the personality. One person can't do it all. I've seen that. I've seen it on so many shows, and one side or the other. The personality usually let him shine, let him be him. Be a sub personality. That's what I am. I'm a sub personality of somebody who's a greater personality. It's coming, folks. I already see. I see the writings on the wall. I'm not going to say who, where. Sarah knows what I'm talking about. I'm not getting any response there in the chat. What's up with that? Okay, that one. Let's go with the other. Nothing in the chat, but is everybody dead? Dave Barron, good to see you, man. Hey, Dave, while you're here, let me upgrade you because you've been here more than twice now. Yeah, my pleasure, sir. Absolutely. Cheers to you, Dave. And there's some that I knocked out of my channel. There's 6 I see. I bet 1 or 2 of them is one of them that he thinks he's not part of this. Come up here and talk to us, man. You know who I'm talking about. He may have been knocked out once, but grudge right back then. I don't hold a grudge. Big bunch of past shit. I don't have time to think about 2 weeks ago. I'm living in today. And the fewer enemies I can make, the better. That's just the way it is. You're welcome, Dave. There you go. Well, that way, Dave, when you come up, you're blue in my chat. I know you're all right. And what you had to say is important. When you're new and you're not a mod, I pay more attention to those who aren't mod. I want to hear what they're saying. They got complaints that my mods aren't telling me about. Sometimes that's a better thing to pay attention to. I'm the captain of my ship. I've been telling everybody that since the beginning of this crew. Yeah, everyone's good, man. Sarah and Diane, known as Beth. That's Diane. We all know Beth as Diane, and maybe even her son is here. Ryan, I hope you're here. Good to see you. I'm pretty sure he is. If he's not here right now, he's popped in a time or two. Good to see you, man. Yeah, I like the way the colors are changing. Rather than have one big moon behind me, this moon keeps changing color. Blue. Red. I like the way that faded like that. And then the green. Yeah. And then back to blue again. I like the fades. Get aboard, the rest of you the rest of you channel owners. Come on, get on board. Add music, background, the crowd. It doesn't have to always be a bar crowd. It can be a crowd that's out protesting. Even that's your thing. God help us. Oh, that's so tasty. Sometimes when you turn the temperature down on your pen, you get a much better taste of what's going on. This is an indica, and I'm trying to run it out. Well, I've got 8 other indica carts sitting there. I'm sorry, 4 indica, 4 hybrid. I want to get one of the other. Indica's in here. I keep a variety of sativa, indica, hybrid. Hybrid right now is liquid diamonds. Oh, I start hitting that and I'll leave this alone. I'm trying to drain this one. It's just taking forever. Turning off the oil to death. I cough a lot, Dave. I understand. And I expel a lot just to be sure that I don't get that. Yeah. Respects, Dave. Much respects. For the perils of going to oils. No jab. 25% are right here. 25% of the U.S. population didn't get the jab. That's me. I am exempt. I don't have a spleen. If you don't have a spleen, and they don't tell you this, if you don't have a spleen, it will try to develop spike proteins in either your heart, liver, or your kidneys, and that will kill you. So, no, no, thank you. I don't need the jab, and I'm better off for not having it. And by the way, if I whack off into a bottle, it's worth almost double now. I'm going to whack off more into a bottle. Yeah. Sarah, we may be able to make some money later down the road. I've seen that. It's like unvaccinated sperm is like almost doubled in price. I've never been to a sperm bank, but I am 6'3". I am firstborn. I got a feeling they're going to take me a little extra. Yeah, otherwise they're going to get me. And my lady ain't going to help me make it either. Yeah, well, you get over 50, you say what the hell you want to say. Right? We do. And those under just don't understand. That's all right, too. What I'm looking for is for this pen to fog up just a little bit. Once that cart fogs up, yeah, you know, the next one's going to be a plastic taste. That goes into this. I have a Pringles can with I got the lid on it with a 4-way cut across the top. Every time I empty a cart, it goes in that Pringles can. Hey, find out. Let me see. Oh, it's about more than halfway full of carts. Yeah, it's about halfway full of carts. Expired carts. They don't smell like Pringles no more. But yeah, I get rid of a cart. Down into the Pringles can and onto the next full one. What's nice is when I get these, I'm getting them from Loom Dispensary out of Michigan. And Loom is one of the biggest ones in Michigan. I wish they'd give me some credit or something for doing that. But anyway, Loom Dispensary, and you get these little labels that go right. You can see it, that little white streak across it. And you get these little labels that are on the little packs of carts that you get, and you can put them on. I put them on, and yeah. There you go. Pure gold. That's what it is, Dave. Thank you. I remember oils back in the day. The oils back in the day, I think that they might have been produced through not butane, but some other gas. Because the oils back in the day, the honey oil back in the day, and it looked just like this. The honey oil back in the day, you'd take 2 fucking hits and it would choke your fucking lungs out. But you'd be high for an hour. You had a higher Couldn't have been all content back then. Maybe it was the strain. I don't know, but or the process. But it just seemed so much better back in the day. And today it seems like it would be much better, but it's about the same. Without the butane and all the other breakdown and crap that went into it back then. It was all black market, so who knows, you know. Is that wick fog up right at the bottom? Hard to see with the. I heard that girl. Well, let's see. Start at 10:35. 10:05. I've been going almost an hour and a half now, all on my own. Hey, how many of other YouTube channel guys out there with your own channel do this by yourself this long? Not many do. Unless they're just starting. What makes it odd for me on YouTube? I'm subbed to so many, but they're not subbed back to me. Apparently, because I never see them in the chat or on panel when I do them. Well, what use are you other than a thumbs fucking up? Is that it? Your thumbs up is not that important. Your presence is all that much in chat or on panel when I bring it up. We're having a good time. We are. All right. Sarah, give me a shout back if you would, please. If you're active, let me know, girl. If not, hey, that's so good. You see where I am. I'm not a blow up kind of person. Sarah tell you, don't blow off to say, okay, this kind of thing. Well, you know, that's the kind of guy I am. I don't get all blowed up in the head and erratic and stupid about things. Hey, things I don't see things the way I should, perhaps. I wonder, hey, what's going on extensively or in the extended version. Sometimes I beat around the bush at the very first, but then I get to the Sarah will tell you. Well, hey, if we're gonna be that boring to y'all, I just shut it down. I'm not getting much response. I can get high and get drinking and listen to good music without everyone else. Let's enjoy this or not. I'm looking on the chat and 801, where you at, man? 801. 801, 801, 801. I said it more than 3 times. Yeah. I heard her, Sarah, but you didn't. I don't want to bore your evening. If I'm boring your evening, I'll move on and shut it down, and you'll go on to your other screen crap. I get so fucking bored with that halfway through the morning. Yes, no. Anyone? I'll give you a couple of minutes. I don't see anyone. And the next one will be much shorter, I guarantee it. Six. Nah. It's just I don't get any comeback for a while. I don't want to sit. I don't want to be here and ramble on and on and on. And I guess I'm being acknowledged. Maybe I'm not. I mean, interact with me, folks. I'm doing this show alone tonight. I'm not going to invite anyone up. I'm not going to put up the link. Not tonight. I've already said this. It's solo night. That was my intention all along. Solo evening. The captain and his crew and visitors and welcome aboards. But if I'm not getting a whole lot of a lot of comeback, what are we doing here? You know? And thank you, Sarah. I see that. Potato, shut up. Shut up, Potato. Shut up. Shut up. Do you want me to send you a private shut up for Potato? I can do that, Sarah. Because we're a messenger. You know how close you came to all that going away. Seriously. You came this close to all that going away. Off of my ignorant assumption. There are reasons things happen. And I accept that. And there are reasons why I decided to do this show alone tonight. Because I needed to humble myself. I'm not a great big channel creator that I think I am. Because I'm not. No matter how many of these shows I do, I could do 533, 34, where we're at, 33 or 34. And it's not gonna make me any better of a person. I know that. Oh, I heard her again there, so. But it's not going to make me a better person, no matter how many shows I do trying to, what's the word? I'm not trying to highlight all my best qualities, you know. That is not going to get me crap, other than I'm going to post the son of a bitch, you know. I'd rather just be me. And Sarah will tell you, it's all I've ever been. I get in my lives here, and I'm very open, honest, and sincere. Yet there are so many that do their own lives. And they're so fake, they're so phony, they're so plagiaristic. They copy so many others. Get out here and just be yourself and see who you are once in a damn while. That's what we're doing right here. That's what I'm doing right here. I'm trying to, and I will look back on this show and I'll go, that was that better role. Yeah. Or no, that seemed to get a lot of negative attention. It shouldn't be like that. People aren't taking those things into account. If you're going to create a show that's going to be not only for yourself and your own selfish interests, but for those who have subscribed to you, you need to curb yourself around those. Otherwise, what are you doing the show for other than your own selfish ego? I want to do it for part of that. I'm not going to lie. Part of it I want to do for other people too, I want other people to humble themselves on their own channel like I've done here tonight. How many of you think will after this? It's going to be on one hand. Less. None. But that's all right. That's the way they choose to run their channel. But I've seen a few, and they don't call it what I have. I call it for what it is. This is my humbling evening. Yeah, hey, I've done wrong. Yeah, I'm ignorant here, there, and a few other places. But they're not that very many that do that. Because their ego gets in the way. I don't want my ego to get in the way. The minute your ego gets in the way, you're real selfish, real selfish kind of paints it off, isn't it? I don't want to be selfish. I want to be all-encompassing. I want everybody to... we want everybody to just get along. At the same time, though, I want different opinions. I want different ideas, suggestions. What should we do different here? What shouldn't we keep doing? Constructive criticism is constructive. It helps to build in one area and maybe take away from another that shouldn't any attention be paid. Let's make this a better channel. Not just for me. I'm not looking for the likes and the monetization. Fuck that. They try to monetize me, I'm going to tell them every time. I'll ignore their alerts and their notifications wanting to, well, we want to put commercials in there and you can make money as long as you act and talk like this, that, and the other thing. Like Elon Musk said, fuck you. This is not going to be, this is a pirate channel. We're pirates here. Not conformist to the norm. Fuck that. Potatoes out. Well, we knew that. Potatoes always out. Let's see. What was Sarah? I got to go back at least 3 hours. Let's see. That'd be quarters of 11, 10. Yes, there again. The light, maybe been dark for a bit. She probably been tired for a little while longer. Yep. I can't go into the preparation that I've researched for dealing with potato. I want to know. And I know that if you keep her attention, And sometimes that's hard, even with two of us. But it's possible. If you keep her attention constantly filled, you'll get an entirely different animal. And I know that's hard with just one. It really is. I get that. And as long as you can burn her out, yeah, let her burn out and sleep. And then come back and be ready. And I know that's hard. That's tasking. And I'm willing to take up half of that with you, Sarah. Because I'm looking into what it takes to maintain that kind of animal. And you have to develop a relationship and a foundation. And I get that. I'm up on that. Any situation I put myself in, I want to know what I'm getting into way ahead of time. Well, at least as ahead as I can possibly get. A couple of my head. I don't hear the background people. I know I need to bring them up. Let me see. If it drops me out, I'll be back because it did this the last time. But I didn't. I don't have any guests tonight, so maybe. I'm sure it's taking its time. Back up. I'm trying to drop down to a different screen. It took its time, and that's what happened last time. Drop down. Oh, I got it. Go ahead. There it is. Gotta give it time to cycle through it. 6 year time, 7, 8, 9, 3 hours later. 9, what was it, about 3 hours? Less than 2.5, 2 3/4 hours. I think we're 3 hours apart. If not only 2, I think it's 3. Damn thing. Yeah, there seems to be a glitch in StreamYards when I go from full screen and I want to look at the chat or I want to put anything in. Oh, StreamYards. I'm going to complain again, and hopefully I'll be of enough mind to say, look, screw you, unless you're going to do me better. I heard her again, Sarah. And that's why I came here. I want to adjust the background here. They're not really loud enough, actually. I'm going to bring them up just a little bit. 39, there we go. It's doing it to me again. All right. I'm going to go back to full screen. Yeah, you can post that link, Diane, for Sarah, and it'll show up, and she'll just be able to right to it. Yep. That's the way I've got you. If you're not a mod, you couldn't do that, but you are a mod. So just post that link, and Sarah will be able to put to it. It's because I'm raw, Dave. I try to be raw, and I don't want to complicate it. I like to be simple when I'm indirect. That way, it doesn't hide an agenda. I don't have an agenda behind me. I just want to be honest about it. If you can't be honest, you really can't be yourself. You're something else other than you, know? I don't want to burn this one up so bad. It's an indica. King Louis the 13th. Oh, that's good. That's a good indica. I've got a couple more indicas I want to tap in here as soon as this one's burned up. It's going to be a few hits. Such is the life of a cart. Yeah, I think that one's well done. Starting to taste a little odd. All right, I'm going to find me another one. Okay, wait, what is that? I think that's a hybrid, so we need the indica. The hang on. Gotta click on the lighter to see the indicator. Northern Lights. Oh yeah. Northern Lights. Brand new cart. Northern Lights. Well, Northern Lights is good. I know everybody likes it. What's up, Cheryl? I'm new cart. Northern Lights. Indica. Yeah. And tonight has been a captain's humbling. Yep. That's been tonight's theme. Captain's going to say, hey, I made this mistake. I did this. I did. I'm not perfect. Sorry. Your captain is not perfect. But let me see any others come up here and do the same thing. Humble says. What's nice about these little is I get these little labels that I can put on my cartons that describe exactly what's in the carton, including the THC percentage. Yeah. All right, let's see. If I start choking, I'll cut out the volume for a minute and back off and hack a lung up or two. Oh, that's tasty. That is tasty. Mm. Oh, yeah. I like that. The diamonds, the kind of top. Oh, yeah. That's what we do. That's right. The captain's got his ship right here. The moon is right here. How many others can put the moon in their hand like that? Hang on, sure. I'll give you a total description. Oh, goodness. I need a better look. Ooh, yeah. This is a Mimosa THC 29. That's the liquid diamonds. Mimosa. Liquid diamond. A little more expensive, like $5 more for a cart. I got that one on the side. It just has this flavor. Mimosa, champagne, but it is the champagne of. Oh, wow. It's got a real tasty flavor. The other one that was hitting was Northern Lights. Only 83, but it's got a real good flavor. Northern Lights does. Ooh, melted liquid diamond. It's the way it's extracted. I think it's extracted cold. I might be wrong, but I think liquid diamonds is extracted cold, and shatters extracted, under heat. But liquid diamonds, I think, is extracted cold. I might be wrong. Don't take my word for it. Do your research. But I think that's why I have it turned up so high, and it gives me a good flavor because you need to heat it up. I'm not that intelligent. Check with Cheryl. Cheryl. Cheryl is the expert there. THC expert. She knows all about the liquid diamonds and the infused and all. She knows the differences in the effects there. I will give her much credit there. Very intelligent on THC. But she's not here ever. I'm sorry, that's Susie. My bad. Susie is a THC. Seems to be very highly educated on it. I was at one time and then I backed off. It just got too, what do you call it, personal. This person's opinion and that. Yeah, I heard that woman in the background. Yay! We're going to change the background. Yeah, she is. Susie's hardcore THC knowledgeable. Very intelligent. Absolutely. No denying that. So tasty. I only got one liquid diamond so that's with that liquid diamonds. It's still tasty. It's not liquid diamonds, but it's tasty. Northern Lights. I thought liquid diamonds, it's got to last me all month. I could always get more, but we're going to dabble it out. So I buy a dozen carts for $116. Lasts me 2 months. That's not bad. It's like $60 a month. I'll get an infused here and there, but I'd rather. I was spending $280 a month on flour back in the day. I'm almost a third of that. I'm loving that. Hell yes. Wait, sir. I'm in what's that? Legal state, so there's all kinds of flavors out here. And higher THC levels too. Some states are at that real low level, like yours. low level. I consider low level. It's called below 80. The liquid diamonds is below 80, but at the same time, it should be can almost get everything at almost 90, just below 90%. All the distillate. Kind of tasty. Not every time. I'll wake up in the mornings and have that flavor of the terpenes on my. There she goes again, Sarah. Did you hear that? We may bar her out of the next bunch. You know what? Let me take a look. Oh, here we go again. I have to drop out of the full screen here again. I can change. I've got another bar background I'm going to look into. Yeah. I got one out of Belgrade. Let's see if this is a better crowd here. We'll just double check, see what's going on. Let me know about the volume on that. It's there, Sarah. I changed background. Background crowd. I think they're kind of low, actually. We'll bring them up a little bit. How's that? Right there. So. Hey, Bob. What are you? I just raised it up. How are we doing now? Background people. Right there. You said I want to balance. You hear the music, but you know there's people talking, and you can still understand me. That's the balance I'm looking for. There we go. Thank you, sir. If one or the other is a little too high, even me, I like making adjustments, so that's fine. Yeah, that Belgrade crowd that's more common. I like that. I'll start using them. That's what they call a Belgrade crowd. Belgrade. I can download all kinds of stuff. Oh my god. There's no limit. Horseshoes cling on a barrel. If I want that sound, I can go find it. Reindeer jingles on a bull's neck. I'm pretty sure some stupid ass has done that to make 0.0003 cents off every time someone listens to it. or jingle bells bouncing off a reindeer's nuts. I'm sure somebody's got it. You know, and if you download it, they get 1/3 of 10% of 1% of a fucking penny. And after 100, they get a penny. Or some shit like that. It's out there. Wow. And of course, the one I'm only going to hit 1 out of 7 times a week is much better tasting. Yeah, don't make me name them. Liquid Diamonds got a white tip on it. Liquid Diamonds, good enough. Oh man, I may have to go get 1 or 2 or 3 more. I'll make sure I get a good deal when I get a discount. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Liquid Diamonds, Cheryl. Liquid. Oh yeah. That rum, Liquid Diamonds and rum. I'm sorry. Unless you're an avid wine drinker, I don't see any other combination. And I can't drink wine. About a glass and a half into it, I don't know what happens, but I start to become ultra picky. My dad was like that. And out of nowhere, out of stupidity, ignorance, I don't care what it is, but I don't do that when I'm drinking hard liquor. Yeah, I could care less about little things. Let's keep but you get me under something about wine. It makes me focus too much on the negative. You don't drink wine? I know better. It did such negative things for my own father. I don't want to go into it, but my dad did 2 years in prison for being violent to a woman. I'm the kind of guy you beat on me before I even raised a hand to you. I'm sorry, but that's how I was raised. He wasn't. I can't say he wasn't. He was different than that. And that's what made it even prison. Father, not like son. I'm not intimidated by a woman. If you leave them, have them, Just one. That's the way I am. He wasn't that. My father, every woman he was with had L-E-N-E at the end of their name. My mom was first. Darlene. His second wife was Pauline. Then there was Arlene. No children with her, but he went to prison because he damaged her. But he had a son with Colleen. Imagine that. Leaves. It was weird. Real fucking weird. And Sarah, I don't know any. How does that go with my first ex-wife, my first and only ex-wife, Lisa? Sarah and Lisa, those are two different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No. No. Okay. Cleaner. Yeah, yes. Cheryl, it is cleaner. It's cleaner, huh? Sure is. I'm totally enjoying it. Yeah. 2.5. About 2.5 hours. We're not quite the 2.5 hours. How many other channel owners are doing their own for more than an hour? Here we are. Hey, I've got 8 on here. Hey, welcome aboard the Tempest. We're glad to have you. Hey, oh my God, 8 on Wednesday, Tuesday night. But still, hey, I'm glad you're here. Please interact with us in chat. There's not going to be anyone other than me up here tonight. This is the captain being humble and Captain makes mistakes. He judged things wrong. I'm inaccurate at times. I'm human. I make mistakes, and I make up for them, and I don't hold true to stupidity. I have a witness for that. Oh, more than just one. Actually, there's a few. But I gotta get some indica. Ooh, that would break me. Gotta get some indica. Oh, I'm sorry, sativa. This one has to be sour diesel. That's definitely sativa. But Captain's going to check with his wife. No, that's indica. Northern Lights. Northern Lights will blow your socks off, kids. You know what's nice about these? Instead of you light up a joint, you take a couple of drags off it of one flavor, you put it out, you light up another joint of another flavor, you take a What am I at? Sour Diesel now. All the top names here tonight: Sour Diesel, Northern Lights. We're playing all the big players tonight. That's it's nice when the dispensary is less than 3 blocks away. Oh, yeah. Diane says pineapple. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Pineapple Express. What's that? Off the You think the sugars do that? Yeah, D-Doc. Both of you. We said it would take 2 women to do me in. Yeah, too much ego. Wow, the vision is a little hazy. Are you there? How mean you be? She would jump on the opportunity. And I would. Hey God, she needs to be here right now for mouth to mouth. Let that happen. And then once she got here and did the thing, don't go back. Let her come here and do that. I got her now, Lord, too late. She made it here for that. No, keep her. She's not a Lisa or a Lusa. She's a K-pop. Discovered. Like I said, this is the captain humbles himself. Pay attention to Sarah, you dumbass. I'm getting it. Just stubborn. And I put trials out there that I really should. And I'm saying, so I do. At least I'm mad enough and intelligent enough to see that. Well, thank you, Tony. I do appreciate that. Absolutely, she's a keeper for her. She sure is, Cheryl. It's ironic. And I'm gonna hold. I hold that. That flows up. It's the people. The discovery where we're made for each other. For our experience. And Sarah will tell you that even in the darkest of times, and when they go stupidly, yeah, this, that, this, and that. Well, rather than I don't bully her through. I'm not one to bully a woman through any kind of conflict or awkward position we're in. I'd rather be like, I'd rather be inquisitive and like, what the fuck? And this is my perception, rather than my position. I'm not going to bully my position, right? I want Sarah to always know, hey, there's a way to get through, it's not impossible. All the impossibles are yesterday. I'm intelligent enough to say, hey, rationalize within everything I know. That's the way I've always been. I'm sure she sees that. Yeah. It's kind of woman like that. More than kind of proud of that. More than kind of. It's the captain humiliates himself show. I needed one of these, and so did everyone that watches. The captain humiliates himself and says, "Hey, I'm better than you, because I'm not. I'm human. I make mistakes." And Sarah, I'm probably gonna make a few of them. I probably am. And ahead of time, I'm sorry, I'm not perfect. But you see how I handle my mistakes. I'm doing an entire show by myself in front of everybody. That's why I did this. So, because I knew Get your head out of your ass, Chris, and show your woman that you're more than that. And not only your woman, but be an example to other men in other situations similar. Humiliate yourself and say, hey, I made some wrong assumptions and maybe it's the way I was feeling when we started. Maybe it's for other issues that I've dealt with at the same time. I see the purity of the relationship that I have with my wife, Sarah. And I made a few mistakes. But I'm a man. I'm not perfect. I'm just a man. I wish I had this little motherfucker telling me that about every other hour or so. Have it in the Bible. We all need that. Yeah. You're a human. Who knows? But here I am. The humble evening for your captain. You, from this point on, all you get is my ego. Fuck you all. But hey, tonight, cheers, and those of you who don't drink or aren't drinking, more credit to you. I didn't drink for the first, 53, 54 years. I might have gotten drunk maybe 4 or 5 times, got sick, and never looked back. I got in my 50s and became disabled. Why the hell not? Didn't ruin my liver, but I built character. And I believe enough character so that when I'm drinking, I feel like I got a better form rather than I was 40 something and I was really rolling every other night. In my 20s, 30s, and early 40s, I was doing a family, my ex-wife and stepchildren. I was too busy doing that rather than swilling down beers every weekend. By the way, beers. You ever notice that people who are beeraholics are less intelligent than people who are liquoraholics, let's call them. Then you have your wineaholics. Wineaholics are your ignorant housewives that are being sexually unsatisfied or they're divorced, A or B, and they didn't got C, because they're not doing just everybody, but they're doing everybody but nobody. I don't want to ever move into one of those neighborhoods again. Just saying. I'd be mobbed. There are neighborhoods right here in Kalamazoo that if I walk through, I will not make it past 1.5 of those neighborhoods without one of those women coming out of their 2,000 square acre little 2-bedroom place going, hi. I could do that every day. And I've never done it. But I understand. There's just not enough men in this world. They're going to be a cougar. They're looking at drug addicted ignoramuses. If if they have daddy issues, I'm one of those guys that goes, no, I got crow's feet. I'm one of those guys, Sarah, you got crow's feet. You got wisdom. You got age. Yeah, sure. I can look at something 30, 40 years younger than me, but how stupid. I'm more attracted to. I watch this in my teens. People were more interested just ahead of me of what their image was than who they were. Nothing has changed since. I think people are more concerned with, I've got a beautiful lawn, beautiful marriage, a beautiful this, a beautiful that, rather than I'm a good person because I help people who want to be good people, but they can't be unless they got my help. You see what I mean? There's a big difference. And I saw that as a teen. It's like image was more important than what was going on deep down inside. I'm more concerned on when I die, how my neighbor's gonna look at me, bring up all my past and go, let us review, Chris. 1 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 30, 30 to 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and here we are. I'm more concerned about who's holding that plaque up going, let us review, rather than gives a fucking off the hell you go. No, I want to do the review. I really do. And that's the kind of influence I want to put on other people too. Not only my age, but even younger. Hey, you're making a path, you're making a road, you're making a history for your soul. Your conscience could give a fuck less, but your soul is crewing everything you're doing. Do you want it to accrue moments of going, fuck you, violence, theft, whatever the fuck they did, rather than, well, I hit this person and I said this and it changed that and I did this and it made it better. I want to be the one who went, I gave at least one person some advice and it flipped them around from selling their soul. I'd rather be that person than, well, I pampered them and yeah, they still. It was the end result of what made matters. I'm going to look in the chat. I'm a keeper. Is Cheryl. Do I have your attention, Cheryl? Because you made an opinion of me on Devos. And it kind of, it's like, it was after I am timed out Z for a whole 300 seconds, and you call me a drunk. Sure, that had an effect on me. It's like, don't you understand? I was reproofing a fool, because that's what Z is, a fool. You know it. I knew it. Hey, make this a clip. Z is a fool. I don't care who says it or who copies it. At the same time, Cheryl, you said on Devos that I was some kind of a alcoholic fool or ignorant alcoholic. Hey, I've made bad judgments myself. I can drink every other day, or I can drink once a week, or I can drink once every other week, or I can drink once every other month. I don't have a propensity to drink. It kind of takes me out of the alcohol thing. I won't go 12 hours without smoking marijuana or vape at least. No, I will admit to that. I am addicted to THC, but alcohol. Yeah. And when you're framed in the wrong category, Cheryl, it just kind of, it would be like me telling you you're lesbian when I know you're not. But I'm sure I could go back and find different points of you hating men or not liking men's opinions and all that. And go, hey, well, Cheryl, you did say this and that and the other thing. But I know better. I do know better. But you see where I'm at? You framed me in the alcoholic box, and it's like, if Sarah came to me tomorrow and said, hey, if we both quit drinking, this, that, and the other thing, this is going to be what's going to happen. And I saw that was a grand possibility, and I didn't drink, and she didn't drink, and we really did have some very good things, and all that happened. Yeah, I see the possibility. I really do. I still have that much hope in me. And so does she. See? Cheryl, please reassess me. Yeah, I'm drinking tonight. Okay. I hate when I drink. I'm about to get violent unless I am physically. It takes a couple of hits with big old me. Boom! It's like, what are you doing? Well, and that's where we're going. Then I get physical. But when I did what I did on Devos, it was for a reason. I saw him picking at one person, and I fucking 300. Get the fuck out of here. A whole 300 seconds. And all his devotees went, oh my God, 300 seconds on him. Oh my God, you timed it. Oh my God. Including one of his backers, which is half the channel. Why? We're going to get there one day in the future and share it over. Sarah tried going with that, but we'll see what happens. Future. I've been able to predict that before. Sorry. Yeah, I'm doing a bit random. Hey, Cheryl, you're a good woman. I see that, Cheryl. You just need a guy that's... Oh, how can I say that? Because I don't fully understand you, Cheryl. Sarah's told me that similars, but it's kind of what she said. It's similar backgrounds. I haven't gotten any details because Sarah's not like that. You know, it's like for my own self. I've always wished a good woman on my own self, and I kind of wish that I'm the same level for you with that. I don't want to help. I wish Cheryl, you find a guy. Yeah, once in a while, likes to maybe to the bottom of the line, but he'd rather go out on the boat with you, you know, or take you for a nice long drive up into the north. With that, folks, the captain is going to stop the can. Let the music roll on, and nature and all lights roll. I'll be right back. I wasn't aware of that, Sarah. Well, you see, I haven't been desperate to look at that. She doesn't want a relationship. Hey, for I have to side with her. For many years, I didn't either. After I got past the 10-year mark, it was like, fucking want anybody? Yeah, it's been more than a decade for me. I told you so. Yeah. Like I said, this is the Captain Humbling Yourself show. It's probably been almost 2 decades for me. Pretty close. It's, after the first decade, it was like I quit being confusing. It's not just me; it's half me and half of what I'm looking for. And then once all that started to come together, it took a decade almost to. Okay, I'm good enough to be someone else's, and I'm good enough to find my other half. And I tell you, Sarah, honestly, after the last 12 hours, 14 hours, man, there you are. You're the other half. The way you respond here with the people, and because of the man I am, you are. Man, that's, I think you have a better understanding of me and everything. And I think that's what I needed to get through to the loyalty. My level, my level is unbreachable, unbending, straight and narrow. My loyalty does not change from day one to day 1001. And I see so many, especially today, that are their loyalty changes from day to day. And sorry, that's so insincere. You know, that's that totally describes who you are when you change loyalties constantly. My loyalties are solid. I'm devoted to morality. Sorry, that's just in the whole moral landscape that goes with it. I don't exchange my partner, and I don't look at others, and I don't think, oh, maybe. I've never been that kind of. No, you know, you don't see that side. You see you are too. You can barely hear me. Uh-oh, I need to get closer to the microphone. That's good. All right. Look at the face. Yo. We're getting closer to Rico. I was sitting back. I'll quit doing that. And I will. Let's see if I can go and then jump a little full screen. Don't drop me! Don't drop me! Don't drop me! StreamYard, don't drop me! Don't drop me! Don't drop me! Look at him. Hey, Devo's going live. You want to go there? Go ahead. Okay. How are we now, Sarah? Music? People. People's low. I can tell. Yeah. How are we, Sarah? People, music, me. As long as I go over the other two, that's cool. Hey, motor's gonna. Hey, somebody else. Motor just went live. Devo's about to, I think. Yeah, you notice something I want to mention. Devo's Weed Chronicles. Wow. At one time I was a managing moderator. I timed out Dickhead Monkey Man for 300 seconds. Got put into just a standard moderator for doing that. I go in there today. I'm not even a fucking moderator. Fuck you, man. I used to get that motherfucker $5 a fucking month. Screw you, motherfucker. That's not Devo. That's Upstate. Fuck you, Upstate. You fucking geeky little bastard. You're a little motherfucker. You're a beta. Upstate's nothing but a fucking little beta wannabe a fucking alpha. Go play with the fucking Amish, you little prick. You live off them. Go be them. You don't want me to start going there for a fucking minute on that little Oh, I'm a First Amendment auditor, but I don't First Amendment audit nothing. But I'm going to bring up all these idiot First Amendment auditors and make everybody go for 2 days. But the third day, I'm going to bring him up here and bring him up and make him the fucking premier, and everybody's going to go, what the fuck ever? Why would you put somebody on your to be your co-host that's going to promote shit that you don't fucking really want? Welcome to Devo's Weed Chronicles with Upstate and his First Amendment audit bullshit packed in the fucking ass of all that. No, thank you. I'm just saying what it is, man. It's either Devo's Weed Chronicle and everything's neutral there, or it's Upstate audits and his First Amendment. Oh, I'm gonna pack this up your assness. Let me tell you about First Amendment auditors. Let me say, I got an announcement for every fucking one of them out there. Let's get rid of the police. Go right fucking ahead. Because then you little Marxist idiots are going to get no police. You're going to get a lot of chaos. And then the governor of the state's going to say, this is out of control. What comes next? National Guard. National Guard. The first time any of you pricks pull out your camera and go, I got a right to do this, that, and the other thing. And you fucking, you get physical. They impose martial law on the entire fucking state. Your rights go out the fucking window, kids. Why do you want to create a situation where you're going to be excluded? Because the minute they shut down your rights and impose martial law and you pull out your camera, you just committed an offense against them. You don't realize how much you're begging for them to become tyrants, to turn them into tyrants that you so fucking oppose. It's like, let me complain about what's not prevalent, make it prevalent, complain about it, get fucking slammed on the ground and all your rights taken away and this monies and jails. And is it really fucking worth it at that price? No. There are other ways. There are other ways. The French taught us long ago that no nation, even within itself, can invade and completely stay within another nation. So many freedom fighters forget that primary principle, that if you're the embedded indigenous people, you will never truly be totally overthrown or overruled if you don't let them. Perception is one fuck of a tool. One fuck of a tool in society, especially today. You believe yourself to be oppressed, and you're laying on the fucking ground crying. But you believe yourself a victor, and you stand in the ring in front of all the lights, cheering yourself. I'd rather be in the middle. I believe in the middle. I'm good. Don't cross my motherfucking line. Because the minute you try to board my ship, you live by my motherfucking rules. That's how we all should be. Every one of us. You board my ship, my presence, my way of being. Hey, you better abide by the fucking common rules of morality, or you're not going to be on my ship very long. And many people have gone, "Why? I don't want. I don't want to rock the boat." Those are the ones we should really be after. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to rock your own boat. You don't want to tell motherfucker on your own boat, "Quit rocking my fucking boat." You're pansy ass. You deserve to have your boat rocked then, don't you? It's ironic, yeah. Oh, commercial wants to get in here with a Reese's cup. Too bad we didn't let him. Oh, another one too. What was that? Oh, it's Striker. That Striker. That's about 5 or 6 blocks from here. Ironic, isn't it? Striker is just across the street from Pfizer. Striker, Pfizer, Striker. Oh, how do you separate the two? The middle of the road, they occupy the same space. What? Remember that name, Striker, Pfizer. Just saying. All right. The captain's going to go get a refill. No, I can't talk about that. Ooh, it's 100% charged. All right. See, I was looking at my chat off to the side, but I can do that right up front now. Because then I can put it where I can see it and everybody in the chat. Hey, how many other channel creators are doing a solo night every night once in a great while? Here we go. Hey, Captain's gonna get a refill. I encourage you to do the same, and maybe urinate, get a snack. I'll be right back. Well, yes, sir. Get high. I would too, dear. I will join you. Let me get the yeah, there we go. All right. Let's see. I'll start with indica, which will be try again. It's a good one. Yeah, Pineapple Express. I'll start off with a sativa and then top it off with an indica. I like that feeling. Always have. It's always tasty. Mm. I like that. Hey, how many channel creators come up on their own and go, "Hey, I'm human. I make some flaws, faults, pile on, and whatever. Yeah, I'm not perfect." How many of them out there that have their own channel do that? Maybe one or two out of thousands. Hey, be yourself. That's all you. That's the only one you got, anyway. Right? I want to get 3 pence sativa, indica, hybrid, that are just. Well, I do. The hybrid is definitely liquid diamonds. Liquid diamonds gives me like an earthy tone. That was told to me by a roommate, housemate. I handed him pens. Hey, let me think. Like an earthy tone. Yeah, it sure does. It's earthy. Just so. Hey, shame on you. That's what got me interested in the guitar. It's like if you can do it on a piano, there's a way to do it on a guitar, and it was like it just confounded me until I realized that crossover, and there's a crossover once you understand the way a piano to guitar relate. I'm just more into the tone and tempo of it all. And I don't use a drum in the back. I don't use a drum beat in the back like so many others have to. I don't think it's necessary. It does make it sound that much better. I'm gonna look into that. as we go. I gotta get the right beat. Sometimes it's not 120, it's 127 beats. That's just, it's like an odd offset because I kind of like the 127 compared to the 110 or the 90. I'm on an offset stage like that. It makes me unique, rare, whatever. I've always done music my own way. I'd pull out the Les Paul right now and show you, but we're not going to do that tonight. Hey, there's 4 of us now. Good evening. I and Sarah would like to welcome the other 2 that are here. Thank you for being here. You're welcome aboard the Tempest tonight. I'm your Captain Smoke. I'm the one who decides on music, background, lighting, red to blue to green, and let's go on with blue after that. Yeah. See what I mean? And I have background music. You need to tell all those others that you subscribe to that do their own lives. They need to have some kind of, if not at this pace, blue, red, green. You know what I'm saying? And if they can't do that, do it a different pace. It's more settled. I can do that too. Settled. See? Blue. And that's settled red. And they can do that too. See what I mean? Lighting is a big factor. Presentation. I'm a pirate, but I don't deny it. That's how I'm rough, rugged, raw. Yeah, fuck you. You don't like it. Take your complaints to your mama or your local mental institute. Thank you. And I give that. I didn't give the disclosure tonight. Not that good. The next one I will. Hell yeah, Bob. Who else? You've got to be a personality within yourself to run your own show. If you're not, I really don't. I see why many don't have. So many have a YouTube channel and they don't utilize it like I am right now. I didn't know since 2014, 2017, somewhere in there. And it was like, wait a minute, I'm subscribed. That means I have a channel. Oh! And things change from there, Hey, utilize this space. And my main concern are my grandchildren, or great-grandchildren for that matter. I want them to be able to reference my name and go, oh, that was Grandpa. And Grandpa talked about me, his grandchildren, often on every show. Yeah. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years from now. It's archived. If I don't get deleted, It's always going to be here. And I want them to see this. I want them to see that Grandpa wasn't, or I wasn't minded like that. I want him to know, hey, if they would have come to me back then, Grandpa was Grandpa was cool. I'm sorry, Grandpa was cool. You are more genetically like your grandparent than you are your own parent, and that's very important. That I get. I now have the opportunity to tell my grandchildren and show them, hey, this is a part of your own nature. This is a part of who you are. You're rebellious. At the same time, you're moral. Those two characteristics alone in the society that I'm in right now, they have meaning. And I hope that they have meaning when they're of their own age, you know. What can you do? You pass on a legacy. And I see so many that aren't today. They're not looking at their what they're doing right now and going, you know what? I'm gonna have children. I have children right now, and their children are just starting to realize there's YouTube and Facebook. That was 10 years ago for me. I know I have grandchildren, and I know I have children that are looking and going, there may be things to be offered here that'll make the generation before us better. Imagine if we get 10 generations into thinking about that. How much better of the people will we be? Just a thought, and a hope, and a dream. I want to be the start of a generation that every other generation, my grandchild, his grandchild, and then his grandchild, and then his you see what I'm saying? I want that to reach back and then to say, we understand that it skips every other generation because my son, I love him to death. He's nothing like me. I'm nothing like my dad. I am so much like my grandfather. And here's what I hope, that my son will be able to do the same thing I'm doing, to say to his grandchildren, yes. And I think once son and son and grandson, they get their shit together, I think it would create a much better path. The implications. I'm drinking too much to even go into it or think of it. 2 generations think, hey, let's improve our grandchildren. Imagine if we could get 50,000 men to think like that. 100,000, we would be a planet beyond description. But it's the ignorant ones that we have to breathe out this. I know that sounds so racist, but we do need to breathe it out of us. We need to breathe ignorance out of us. Doesn't it make sense? Breathe ignorance out of our entire species way of living and thinking and believing and worshiping. Breathe that ignorance out. You'd be surprised how many actually like. Where do I get all this from? Experience. Not only experience, but also that you wish upon yourself what you receive. And I've seen that so many times. Yeah, Bob, you're always welcome here. I start getting too philosophical, and I don't have anybody to debate or agree with me, and it fizzles. That's how philosophicals do it. I can accept that. Anyway. Let's see. We're starting to get, what are we, 2.5 hours? Yeah, we're about running out of fuel here. But that's all right. I'm going to be able to keep everybody occupied, entertained for 4, 6, 8, 10 hours. Anyway, that's right, Sarah. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for coming. It's Sarah. I am sorry. I assume too much. At the same time, I assume too little of you. I deeply apologize for that. We're not going to go into detail here. We've dealt with that. I don't want to go into alcohol inspired emotional thing right now. I'd be willing to do that in private, on a messenger, but not here. Thank you for your patience. And thank you for your insight as well, sir. There are many women that should aspire to be much like you. And we'll talk more private chat right after or tomorrow. It doesn't matter. Thank you, everyone, for being here. You've watched me humble myself, and I can only hope other channel creators will do the same. Humble themselves every once in a while and say, hey, I watched Devo do it. Witness. Devo's a very humbling motherfucker. Much praise to Devo's Weed channel. Much praise, because I think we share a kindred spirit of like, hey, this is who I am. Deal with it or don't. and he's never offended me in any way. Not so much as his cohort, but we'll deal with that later. Once again, thank you all for coming. I know that Sarah and I, we're very communicative, but you have to understand, girl, hit me up before you hit anybody else. You'd be surprised how early I'm there. You really would. As up hours before you hit all that. I'm not going to rerun that because it's senseless. She was supposed to. It's in the garbage and it's burning behind us. I'm not remorseful. I don't pile up shit from the past and go, oh, by the way, I didn't burn this up either. Oh, God, there's never like that. And I know you're not either. So, all right. Hey, thank you everyone for coming tonight. And I want to encourage everyone who has their own channel to do the same thing. Humble yourself every once in a while. Come out here all by yourself. Handle the chat. I had no problem tonight. If anybody wanted to be controversial, I'm okay. Oh my God, I said that. I'm one of those kind of guys that says, yeah, maybe I did overstep saying shit like that. I can handle a slap of reality every now and then. Doesn't matter. If I'm drinking too much, if I'm drinking too little, that's highly improbable. Hey, tell me, I'm right here. I'm going to be your friend. You're confident, but at the same time, hey, I'm not going to give you advice that's going to lead you down the path of hell either, you know. I do a good enough job of that upon myself. Hey, thanks everyone for coming. And I certainly hope you'll be back here for the next time I do a live. Because the next time I do a live, this fantastic woman who's been on my chat the whole time will be on here live with me. And if you can enjoy me and her, well, you just can't enjoy life at all. All right. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, Bob, Sarah. Oh, there was one guy down there. He's not even. I'm modeling. Cheryl. Yeah. Bob. Yeah. Cheryl. Dave Barron as well. Hey, gotta go through the chats and who to praise and who to admonish. Admonish me. This was a show to admonish me. Hey, and human, I'll make. Hey, by the way, I will make mistakes after this as well. But I'm man enough to go, show me where I made a mistake. I'm going to shut up and listen. Yeah, maybe I did go with yeah. That's the kind of man I've always been, and I want to be from this time forward too. Hey, see me on the next one. Until then, thank y'all for coming. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. To exit, I need to drop down one. Take another shot. I know that, Sarah. We can talk anytime. I know that we have the never-ending conversation going on in our chat. That's beautiful. I just sometimes have a hard time seeing, going, hey, what are you doing over there? Because I don't want you to think that I'm